Welcome back to Food FAQ, everyone. I'm Mariella,
And I'm Eric.
and today we're talking about something cozy before all the cozy stuff goes away.
Yes. So I have to give it. The weather's going to warm up this week. And for the first time ever, I'm looking forward to warmer weather. This was a
Okay.
very cold one. Do you know? Fun fact, I was watching the news and in the DC area, this was the coldest winter and longest stretch of cold since 1989.
Wow. It was
Yeah,
cold here for Florida. It was a cold winter.
yeah, I
Nothing
heard.
compared, but
Oh no,
I'm
there were
glad
some
it's
days I woke
over.
up and the wind chill was like negative 10. It was
Yeah. Fuck
ridiculous.
that. That's not what I want.
Right.
That's not
I
what
don't live in the
anybody
mid Atlantic to have that kind of cold. I lived in Boston once and that was ridiculous. So I don't live in the mid Atlantic to have that kind of cold, but whatever.
Yeah. And I don't appreciate it here either because I don't have enough wardrobe for that shit, you know?
I don't have wardrobe for that shit. I mean, I have coats and gloves and scarves, but I don't wear those puffy jackets because like I'm already big, so I don't need like
And pay Max.
like I don't need this like massive puffball to walking down the streets.
I would love that. I would watch and make
I know you
videos.
would. You would take pictures too.
Okay, well, what are you making for me today?
All right, so we're gonna talk about a cozy meal, and we're gonna talk about shepherd's pie. This is
Yum.
not your average shepherd's pie,
Why not?
okay?
Tell
Because
me.
this is delicious. That's why.
They're delicious. I like it's potatoes, meat.
It depends who's cooking it.
Okay.
All right, so we do use ground beef, which by the way makes it a cottage pie.
Right.
Just read it now. So we use ground beef. I went expensive, folks. I use ground beef, and So all right, so let's start it really simple. So throw some olive oil. I chopped up some onions and carrots. I don't really eat peas, so I did not use peas in this. And the friend I was making this for also hates peas. So onions, carrots.
I love peas.
Really, I'll tell you my okay. Once I really like peas, but now I don't. All right. So I did a half an onion, threw it in the pan with olive oil, and I did like 4 carrots and threw that in the pan. And you just want to get it kind of going. After it gets kind of going, go ahead and season it. I used chicken bouillon in there.
Duh.
Okay. Pepper. And then right before I was ready to throw the meat in there, I used about a pound and a half of meat, maybe close to 2 pounds. It was a larger pie. And I went ahead and threw some 2 heaping teaspoons of garlic from the jar, put it in there. Don't want to burn your garlic, so that's why I left it for last. Then I went ahead and put the meat in. After the meat browned, I drained the fat from it. Okay. And I continue letting it brown. Like I want the meat to be like almost kind of crunchy.
Little too. I like
Right.
it
Like I
little.
want to be like crunchy. I want to have like good char on it. So once that's done, I took 1 small can of tomato paste and I threw this tomato paste in there. Now, here's the thing: if you're making a smaller pie, obviously use half a can of tomato paste. So it's about a pound and a half, maybe close to 2 pounds of beef. So a whole little jar of tomato paste, and we cooked out the tomato paste. Okay, then I used 4 teaspoons of flour, and I put it in the meat. Let that flour taste cook out also. Then I deglazed it with red wine. And like
Mm.
they always say, use a wine that you drink. So I just used a wine from my liquor cabinet and I deglazed it with red wine. Okay. I got all those bits up and all those flavors up. Then what I did is I started adding some beef broth little by
Hmm.
little. Okay. And as I add the beef broth, you create this really, really thick gravyish type meat. Now, not a gravy like you put on potatoes. It's going to be much thicker than that. Almost think of a bolognese, a little bit waterier than a little bit more liquidy than a bolognese. And so when I had stirred it around, I actually added now a fuck ton more of garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper. It did not need any salt because I put a hearty amount of chicken bouillon, so no extra salt. Okay. And then you put a bunch of Worcestershire sauce in there.
I was gonna say that's my
Okay.
favorite ingredient.
Yeah, I fucking love Worcestershire sauce, by the way.
So good.
Okay. So you put a fuck ton of Worcestershire sauce in there.
Not a
Okay.
fuck ton, Keter.
A
It's
good
salty,
amount. We're talking about a good amount.
like a
Like
tablespoon.
I want like four
Oh,
tablespoons.
wow. Okay.
Okay, yes, because I want to taste this. I don't
Okay.
want to be a background. I want to taste this. At this point, some people put a bay leaf in there. I don't really think bay leaves could make a difference. I'm gonna be
I
very
think
frank with you.
Big Bay Leaf is behind all this shit they push it on you. I don't know if bay leaves make such a big
I
difference.
don't think it makes. My mother always used bay leaves. My grandmother always used bay leaves, and I look at them and I don't even fucking smell what a bay leaf smells like in the container.
I know.
Okay,
I think it's bullshit.
it is. It's big bay leaf. It's fucking
It's
Badia. okay, that's
Exactly.
creating this, pushing the bay leaf on us.
Getting us
That's
hooked.
just not even, I don't even know what a bay leaf is. Does it come from a bay tree? Like, I have no
Yes,
idea. Oh my
it
God, really?
does.
Is that
I
true?
don't know if
Okay.
it's called a bay tree, but it's from a tree. Yes.
Okay. Well, this is a gimmick. Okay. I'm just going to put it out there. It's a gimmick. Now, at this point, go ahead and taste your meat. Okay. So I then took a 5 pound bag of russet potatoes. Okay.
Hmm.
And I peeled the russet potatoes and I chopped them up into small cubes. You can cook these potatoes any way you want. I have learned that I enjoy steaming the potatoes before I mash them because they're less waterlogged. Okay. Steam the
Laurel,
potatoes.
laurel. It's a laurel plant. F-
Laurel.
yeah, FYI.
That's a lie because I could have sworn I bought a candle once that was like some laurel fragrance.
They
Okay.
use it for that stuff too. It's one of those herbs that I think like Hispanic people use for everything.
I've never tasted a difference in it. When I put
Same.
in my black beans, I've never, like, never.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Anyways, so now we steam our potatoes. When the potatoes are done, about 25 minutes. This is 5 pounds
Wait,
of
how do
potato.
you steam them?
So I have a steaming basket
Oh,
and it's a metal
look.
basket and it fits right into my large, like the large pot I make pasta with.
Uh-huh.
And you go ahead and you fill up with water, about a couple inches of water where it's not touching the steaming basket. And then you put it on high, put the lid on, and that's it. And you let it steam. You'll see the steam start coming up, and it's about 20
Shit.
minutes. Yep.
Okay.
And then I go ahead, I throw the potatoes in my stand mixer because it's easier for me. And then those 5 pounds of potatoes, this is a cozy meal, so don't come for me, but we put about a stick of butter in there.
Okay.
And I would say about quarter of a cup of, I
Of
use half
salt.
and half. Quarter cup of half and half. Um, it did not have salt. It had a little more chicken bouillon because my life is all about chicken bouillon now.
I love it. Listen,
And we
I love
did
it so
that.
much that I have two kinds now. I have one big one of the chicken bouillon, and then I have a
Yeah,
big one of the tomato chicken bouillon.
the tomato bouillon is really fucking good. And if you have tomato bouillon, put that shit in the meat.
Yes.
Instead of chicken one, put that shit in the meat. So I put the chicken bouillon and the potatoes. Like I said, about a stick of butter. About, like I said, quarter cup, maybe half cup. You just got to mix your potatoes and see how it comes out. More salt, more pepper. Whipped it together, and then you put the layer of meat, you put the layer of potatoes, and you got to take a fork and you got to go across the top of those potatoes. You want to create ridges, right? Put it in your oven at about 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. Let all the ingredients get acquainted with each other, and then I pop the broiler on for about 5-6 minutes to get all crispy on the top.
You don't add cheese to yours. I do
No,
that.
I don't put cheese on mine. Mm-mm.
I love the crusty cheese on top.
You could put cheese if you want. You can absolutely put cheese on it. I
Or
just don't.
cheddar.
I just find the meal really hearty to begin with. But if you want, put the cheese on it. So, okay, so all right. Sometimes I think the cheese masked when people make this type of meal and it's not super seasoned. It kind of just masks it a little bit and makes it a little bit better.
I just like the crusty part. I season my food. I'm not people who think it's like optional.
Well, so I've had it both ways, and I like the crusty potato on top
Okay.
because it almost turns crust like.
Some people even add an egg to their mashed potatoes.
Okay, so I have added egg yolk to mashed potatoes before. Okay.
Hmm.
I didn't notice as much of a difference either. Okay, I have done it before several times because I saw it everywhere. I'm like, oh, let's do it. First of all, you got to temper the fuck out of that egg. Make sure you temper it because you'll end up with a scrambled egg yolk inside
Ugh.
that hot
Potato.
potatoes. I've not seen a difference. And then I started watching TikToks on people talk about this because I'll look it up. And there are chefs saying they don't really see a difference in
Yeah,
it.
just
But if you want to add it, you
enriches.
can add it.
Big Laurel, big egg yolk.
Big Laurel, big egg yolk.
They're
Just fucking
fucking with
us up.
us.
Anyways, you took it out, let it cool for about 10 minutes, and it is just it's almost creamy, it's gravy like, it's rich, and it just has a lot of great flavor and it's super cozy. So for the last couple cold days that are left, because it will be in the 70s next week in DC. So that's very exciting. But then again, climate change, it might snow fucking the week after.
Never know.
But while it's a little cool outside, make this. And Maddie, it was so good. And it's so filling. And you can serve it with like a simple salad. You can just do it on your own. Like, oh, and then I went a little bit extra. I'm lying to you. I made a side gravy to go on top of it. So anybody who wanted gravy, I homemade a gravy that they could pour on top of their slices.
A side gravy. That's
So,
fat assness at its absolute best, and I
you
love it
know
very
what? I
much.
love that side gravy and I put it right on top.
I love that.
Okay.
I think that sounds, and I think you know what? It makes sense.
Yeah.
It
I
makes
mean, you eat
sense.
mashed potatoes with gravy if you like it, but
Yeah.
it is flavorful enough when you flavor in layers like that. You don't need a gravy, but I was like, screw it.
Side
We're
gravy.
making a gravy. So I quickly homemade a gravy and that's it. So
You killed it. That shit sounds great. I'm glad that
Mario was so
Cam
good.
got his big pile of meat in his mouth and that you were able to give it to him.
I have no idea what you just said, but it was probably something bad. It was delicious.
Well, I like it, and maybe you can make something special for me one day, Eric. I
I
don't
will
know.
make something special for you
One day. I
one
gotta pass
day.
the bar exam. It has to be monumental.
Yes, I made this because one of my friends passed the bar. Well, took the bar exam and wanted a home cooked meal, wanted shepherd's pie, and I said, "You got it.
Well,
You
amen,
take a
Cam.
bar exam, you got
Congratulations.
shepherd's pie."
Congratulations, Cam.
Yes,
All the best
congratulations,
to
Cam.
you.
We're very proud of him.
Amen. All right. Well, thank you for sharing this recipe, Keter. It sounds delightful.
You
Although
know
I
what?
think there's way too much Worcestershire sauce in there.
No, not enough Worcestershire sauce because there's so much stuff going on, and you did a lot of beef broth to make that gravy really nice. Oh, here's the other thing too. I use unsalted beef broth
Oh, good. Makes
because
sense.
of the bouillon. Well, one, I have to, but because the bouillon, I use unsalted beef broth. So just
Okay.
saying, if you're using salted beef broth, you're gonna concentrate that. You're concentrating
The
that
flavor.
broth,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be very salty. So be really careful.
All right. Well, thank you, my love. Don't forget, y'all, to share us with a friend, to give us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast player. And we'll be back soon with another recipe for you guys to enjoy as the season changes, as the world turns.
As the world burns. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.